Welcome to the No Flop Zone. You're taking time out with me, Body Nudge, and with Joey Wright. And also, this episode is being brought to you by Built Solutions. Joey, tell us about Built.
I know Steve Walker, who runs Built Solutions, and he just, does a great job. And not only that, he's actually a basketball tragic.
Which is good.
Which is
Can't
good,
have enough of those.
But that's his curse. Great guy, but he is a basketball tragic. He loves it. So great for him to sponsor us, but we'd love to have him on board.
Well, we're going to have a segment later in the show, Built Solutions, as we build five players from the round that just passed, which was pretty interesting. Started off with United. You know, the United South East Melbourne game, when I watched the AFL Grand Final, I almost saw the same game where, South East Melbourne kind of hung with United for a while, and then United said bye-bye.
Yeah,
and that was the same with Geelong and Brisbane, when Brisbane says goodbye to Geelong, because they were extraordinarily good.
They were. I thought both teams played really silent and really well, and I was like, I thought that Southeast Melbourne would come back and win that because Melbourne had a slight lead and they shot the piss out of it. And then I was like, they can't keep shooting like that. Mm-hmm. Well, they did keep shooting like that, and Southeast dropped off a little bit. So
yeah.
It's
it breaks you back when you're working your ass off in defense and they're still hitting it. It breaks you back.
Yeah. I really like Melbourne though, and remember, Goulding's not even playing yet.
That's right. Right. I'm curious as to whether he'll suit up against the New Orleans Pelicans. That could be.
I think he's over that hype. If he's healthy, I think he will, but I don't think he's like one of those guys that need to play against them. He's played against enough NBA guys to know that he can compete with them. But he would love to get out there, trust me, if he's healthy.
Sure. Were you thrilled with the news that Larry Kestelman, owner of the NBL, has divorced himself from Melbourne United and sold his last
I didn't even know that.
Yes, apparently
until just now, but I don't even believe that.
Yeah, no.
Either. So I did know it, but I don't believe it. So
I've seen it.
I think
I want some evidence.
Some moving around and ducking and dodging. But hey, whatever you need to say, Larry.
Yep. Cairns, very good. Two very good wins at home against Brisbane, and then on the road against Sydney, which was even better because I thought they were going to be whistled out of that game.
Yes.
But the first one, Jack McVeigh, 19 points, 9 assists, 9 rebounds, just so close, but not important. Winning the game was important.
Winning the game was important, and that's all that matters to him. I thought he stood up and took big shots at the right time. He played that extremely well to me. He didn't come in and big time and shoot bad shots and this and that. He let the game, felt the game out, and then took over when he needed to. I think his teammates will respect that more, and I think that's going to get him a lot more wins if he can do that.
I loved Andrew Andrews. I thought that poor bugger, his legs were still on the flight somewhere coming across the Pacific, because that first half, every shot he shot was either short or missed completely. But second half, when he actually got his legs under him, his technique was really good. I like it, the way he shoots the ball.
I like
really
the way
good.
he shoots as well, and the shots that he was taking suggest that he can shoot the ball. Like you don't take those shots if you can't shoot, and he did hit the big one against Sydney. So that was a huge shot to go ahead.
He makes a big difference to them because now they've just got to hold the fort a little bit, and then Sam Wardenberg comes back, and then they can put their best foot forward.
Yeah, Sam comes back, it's going to be huge. I still think it's their style of play, the way they play, a team's always in the game though, because when you shoot a lot of threes like that, you're going to have droughts where you go flat, and you're going to have droughts when you have big runs. You just need to have those runs at the right time.
What about Marcus Lee? One of the most sane, generous, sweet guys and in the Cairns game, he just loses his mind after getting his fourth foul on the Harrison dunk, and then he runs down and unnecessarily gets entangled with Dukas.
He got tangled up, though. If you see that whole play, he got grabbed first. And so when he got grabbed, he kind of threw his arms off, and that's where the foul came from. Second guy again. But I know you just at the 4, you got to stay out of that. But it wasn't one of those reactionary emotional deals. He got grabbed, and on the grab tried to release the pressure, and then got the foul.
Opened the door for Brisbane. But it opened the door for him. Yeah, because Harrison, he's legit.
Oh, Harrison can be one of the best players in the league. A couple of years ago, Derek Rucker told me how good he thought Harrison was, and I see it now. I can only see him being injured because that's all we really got to see. But when he's out there in the court, he's a difference maker.
Absolutely, he is. Same with Joe Luala-Chul with Perth. When they're getting him the ball, He's very, very dangerous.
Yeah, he is. It's just going to be hard for any big man just to kind of stay in front of him after 1 or 2 dribbles. He's so agile and can move, and he can shoot the ball. So he's a threat offensively. I still like to see him use him a little bit more.
Yeah, likewise. I was happy for Dylan Windler because he was awful in the opening game against Tasmania. 35 minutes was virtually 0 stats. But he's come out here and he's got 20 and 14 or 15, something like that. He was really strong.
Look, Dylan Windler's issue is the same issue that's keeping him out of the NBA. It's just consistency.
Yeah.
He's got to play with some fire all the time just to be good or just to be great. But if you play with fire some of the times, then you're just going to drop out. So he's got to play with more fire. Christian
Doolittle the same. I mean, he left it till the last quarter. He had 12 in the last quarter. Yeah. And then they finally run away from New Zealand. And that was an amazing game in considering New Zealand had a 15-0 run. And then they had a 17-0 run in reply. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Hello? But Isaiah Liafi, your favourite player, he came out, he hit some shots. It was like, winding back the clock to when he was consistent.
Yeah, they got to be better, though. New Zealand's going to have to be better.
They're not good. Tasmania is, though, because against Illawarra, they've raised the flag, all that stuff, the hype before the game, and Javon McGee has been unbelievable. It's one of
unbelievable.
The best debuts I've seen in yonks. He was sensational.
He was unbelievable. I don't think he can play much better than that, though, which is my concern. Like, he played that well. You want to try to walk out there with a victory.
Yeah.
Tassie is complete, though. They got all the players out there on the floor. They look more complete and ready than Wollongong. In a couple weeks, maybe Wollongong's not there, but I think they're going to have to improve their roster a little bit as well.
You're going to have to start calling them Illawarra because we get complaints about.
I don't care. Complain. What's going to happen if whoever complains, complain?
What I thought was amazing about McGee was just how he took apart the front court. They had no one. Like, Will McNamaraHe is one of our better big defensive players. He just
no answer.
Yeah, none whatsoever. Then Josh Bannon, well, now you're stretching. You're trying too hard. Majuk Deng is not the right physique to do that. And I'm looking across the league and I'm thinking he can do that to pretty much every big, including Tyrell Harrison and Humphreys and.
This is what I wanted to. It's no scrubs in the NBA because that guy's not a scorer in the NBA at all. He's seen as a dunker and a rebounder, shot blocker. That's what he does. Okay, you see how talented NBA bench guys are. He came out here and dominated our guys, and like you said, that's probably his best matchup.
Yeah,
that's probably going to be his best matchup.
Yep,
and he actually took him, just dominated.
Tend to forget. I mean, we remember that he played in 3 championship teams, but lots of players have roles in championship teams. The fact that he was in the US Olympic team, that means he's in the 12 best available NBA players. Tend to forget that. I think that stuff that Shaquille O'Neal did with him made people forget that actually he can play.
No, he can play. And his mom, Pam McGee, was a hell of a player as well. I watched her growing up. She was a baller. Okay. She was one of the best players in the whole country for about 4 or 5 years.
Judging by the smile on your face, she was a good looker?
She's a baller.
Okay.
She's a baller.
But here's the thing. Despite all of that, Tasmania knocked him off. They managed to work around him and get the job done.
Yeah. And that's what Tassie does. I mean, they're just right there. They're going to always have a chance because they play so hard and they play so smart. Love their team.
Yeah, I'm just worried. I think Josh Bannon's going to be okay. He hurt his wrist in the game, but I think Majuk Deng's hammy looked a little bit more like a couple of weeks, and they're off to Brisbane. That's not going to be easy.
No, Brisbane will be looking to get one.
Yeah, well, maybe they should get a coach. Cairns knocks off Sydney in Sydney. Fabulous win. And again, I thought the refs tried very hard to help the home team.
It was definitely some calls that looked like they were going both ways, but
both ways, yeah.
Or one way.
Purple that half.
You know, he seems to do very well in that building, doesn't he? 40. I think they won the last time there, maybe the last couple times there. I'm not sure. So
well, he coached the Kings for a season.
Yeah, I know.
So he's got a little thing.
Yeah, he's got a little thing there. Trust me. But I thought they did really well at picking the Kings apart, and the Kings offensively just looked out of whack. Like when you got Delhi down on the block as your offensive energy, and he's playing a low block, something's running. Saris didn't see the ball much.
No.
Yeah.
Davis 27 shots for his 21 points. So that's where the offense is. You know.
Yeah. Well, I'm not convinced that he's the right guy for them, but.
Well, yeah, halftime interview I saw with Matthew Dellavedova, who's talking about being available for the Australian team for the World Cup and the Olympics, and I'm thinking, you're past that stage, surely.
You don't say it, though. Look, what's got Delly to where he is delusional confidence. You don't lose the delusional confidence. You might lose ability.
You lose your step.
You might lose the ability, but delusional confidence stays there.
Okay.
If he didn't think he was as good as he is, he wouldn't made $70 million.
I do like delusional confidence as a concept because he fits the bill. Because he's overachieved his entire career. Right. Who would have thought that he's going to get his uniform retired at St Mary's, or that he's going to make the NBA, or that he's going to be an NBA champion? Very, very few people I think would have had that ticket. But still, I just don't think they're together as a group. Xavier Cook's 8 points, just not really involved.
No, they definitely got some work to do. Obviously, when you have big injuries, Kelly LePepe.
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
You did.
Oh, my God. I love him. He would have been my favorite player if it hadn't been John Brown. But
yeah.
LePepe has, I really like him. And that's a big hit to have, a couple weeks before the season starts.
Yes, it was. But also, what I'm amazed at is Jalen Galloway in the off-season he took his game that way, goes in the Australian team, goes to the Asia Cup. He's shooting threes at nearly 70% across the tournament. He makes the All-Star 5. He's the MVP of the tournament, of the Asia Cup. Comes back here, looks like a guy who can't play. What the hell happened? Is that environment?
Well, I can tell you what happened. The Asian Cup team, that ain't as strong as our league.
Doesn't matter. You still got to. You still have to get it
hit
done.
Shots, but it's a whole different thing when we got guys locking down, getting into you, know your game, have seen you play for 3-4 years. When you go to Asia Cup like that, you'll scout the game, but you're trying to work on more of your stuff. I don't think they would have been over there really focused on that, and he would have just been loose and got shots up.
He had some open looks though. And
he did. He did. He's got to be more consistent if they're going to be good.
What did you see with the 36ers? Other than Bryce Cotton, who just really, really just reminded everybody that, hey, I'm number one. How sensational was he? 15 in the first quarter. Bryce Cotton.
Oh, Bryce was.
Yeah, it was just unbelievable. 39. Should have got 40. Vasiljevic should have passed him the ball. Don't think he was thrilled. Don't think he was thrilled.
What I like with them, you see Bryce stand up and be so good and so great, but their ability to add to that team where they're at now is going to be great. What I would do is go out and get a guy who can change the game defensively, that can guard 1 through 5, doesn't need the ball. That would be one import. And then I would go get a.
Well, they got the 6'11" kid coming. Yeah,
so
Serbian
I think they'll be okay with the guard spot. Flynn Cameron was unbelievable.
Yeah, so unbelievable. He got subbed out after 3 minutes.
He was
what
fouling.
What are you doing?
He had some fouls. He had some fouls, so they wanted to protect him.
He always go for the poor.
He did. He had the fouls. And what Flynn's got to learn to do, and this is what a rookie. They're wearing a switching D, and he's rolling down there with the bigs. You don't foul. You play the best solid D you can. If they scoring you, they're scoring you. That's the coach's decision to go switching D. But Flynn is such a competitor. He's like, you ain't scoring on me. A little bit different, bro. These 7-foot dudes can go.
I just, some of the rotations from both teams were very hard to understand. And at one stage when you've got Zillan Cheatham, who's terrific, maybe the most underappreciated recruit of the year. I think he's going to be huge for him.
Huge for anybody.
But when you've got him out there with 4 guards, come on now. Yeah. You're asking Tyrell Harrison to be guarded by Isaac White, not Isaac Humphries.
Yeah. And that happens.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, what kind of coaching is that?
Well, it's all situational. It's easy. It's situational.
Humphries should have been on the floor at that time. But anyway.
How many fouls did he have?
1 or 2 for the game. He wasn't in any kind of foul trouble.
Was he fatigued?
Oh, was he fatigued?
I'll
tell you what, I'm getting fatigued with the way you look. Try to defend coaches when they screw up.
Did he ask to come out?
I didn't see him ever ask to come out.
I've been reamed after a game for taking somebody out. I can't believe he took this guy. He asked to come out because he had to shit. He had to take shit. All right.
Why didn't you ever?
Should I kept him in there and let him shit on himself on the court, or should I take him out and let him go shit? That's what I'm saying. You don't know, so let it go.
I'm watching.
You have to assume.
Let me tell you,
at this level they can coach.
So
I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt always.
Yeah. When Tyrell Harrison's walking off, after he's been dominating us. And he's got the look on his face like, what have I got to do? I don't think he asked to come out. I don't think he was tired. There you go. That's where we differ.
Know. I don't know.
I was watching him.
I'll say I don't know. And you don't know either. That's
I'm
just
watching
what you
body language and I'm going, that's not. And who's coaching Brisbane? Who's coaching him?
Somebody.
Is it Goulash? Is it Daryl McDonald? Is it Greg Vanderjagt?
Yeah.
Is it the team manager? Like it's I don't know. They got a bit to sort out.
I was talking to Werther on the way here. He says to say hello.
Yes,
by the way.
yeah. Mr. Cool, I got to ring him after.
Yeah, and he, I didn't know I hadn't seen the comments.
I had,
and he told me that he's been getting a lot of heat over it.
Yeah, because he had the gumption to actually say what a lot of us are thinking.
Well, yeah, I want to see how this works. I don't think star players take direction from more than 1 to 3 guys on any team. So if he's the best player on the team, he's going to lose this to the head coach, maybe the assistant coach, and a couple players. That's it. But if you got 3 different directions and I'm the best player on the team, I'm like, who do I go to when I'm trying to get stuff done? I'm the best player. You need one point of contact. And so I don't know how this works. Is Vandy smart and capable? Yes.
Yes.
Has proved it.
Yeah.
D-Mac smart enough and capable? Has proved it.
Yep.
Stu, we don't know. But I just don't know if it works like that. That whole theory of getting strong assistants for a weak head coach, I don't think it works. I've never seen it work.
Well, they scoured the globe looking for the new head coach, and they found he was sitting in the room making the decision. All right, let's move on. Thursday night we got Cairns 36ers, and then Perth Illawarra. Friday night we got Melbourne versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Saturday, Sydney, New Zealand, and Brisbane, Tasmania. Sunday, Southeast Melbourne versus the Pelicans. Before we talk about match of the round, which we'll talk at the end, do you give Melbourne or Southeast Melbourne any chance of beating the Pelicans?
No. I think that.
Can you be more specific?
I didn't even know we were trying. Is that an option? I didn't know that was an option. That's why I'm so stunned. No, obviously when LA went over and beat Phoenix that year, I think the backlash from that is that won't happen again. I think the NBA really realized what that looks like, and I don't think that'll happen again. If Phoenix even knew that was on the cards, that they would lose, they probably wouldn't have lost. Yeah. There was some apathy going on and some excellent shooting going on. Yep. Just to show you how great our game is, anybody can beat anybody. Yeah. But no, I don't think Pelicans lose.
The thing I'm most curious about is whether they'll play a 48-minute game or a 40. What the adjustments will be to accommodate them.
I think it'll be a 48.
Yeah,
I think it'll be 48. They've never really adjusted their stuff for anybody else. So yeah.
Yeah, but they're here now. You do what we tell you. All right. Anyway, we want to talk a bit about Built Solutions. They've got 5 things that they really hang their hat on. One is that they have complete project oversight. They manage every stage of the build, from design and permits to construction and final handover. So you don't have to worry about any details.
Yes.
Second, they're the single point of contact. Clients have one dedicated project manager, coordinating all the trades, suppliers, timelines, making communications simple and efficient. 3, seamless coordination. They handle scheduling, approvals, quality control across all aspects of the project, ensuring nothing falls through the cracks. 4, budget and timeline management. Build Solutions keeps projects on track and on budget by actively monitoring costs and timelines at every stage. And 5, it's a stress-free experience. And just by what I've described, you would know that. By managing the full process, they let clients focus on their vision while they take care of the logistics, compliance, and construction challenges.
Well, take it. Someone's dealing with council and construction here.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
y'all over the top in Australia. Council, give me a break.
Yep.
Charles Sturt and...
When we were building this cabin in Hobart for us to shoot the show, we went through hell.
They got councils down there?
yeah, and banjo music, and you go, ooh, geez. All right, Built Solutions. Here's our Build Your Team. Top 5 players from round 2. Not necessarily as in the 5 most outstanding, but the 5 that stood out for you.
Daniels?
Dash Daniels, yep. Go on. That's only one.
McGee?
Javon McGee.
McVeigh?
Jack McVeigh. Yeah. You're trying to remember. Do you want me to tell you? I forgot them here.
Tell me the ones I told you.
Bryce Cotton and John Brown.
John Brown. Love John Brown.
I know you love John Brown,
Yeah,
but what did he do that made... I mean, this is not the first round where he had 6 steals and was outstanding. He didn't have that great a game, in my view.
No, I didn't, but I just like his action and intentions. I would never judge a player on actually all the time. What they do is what they intend to do. And if you get out there and you intend to play hard and get where you need to, I like them. So let me have that.
Yeah, I'll let you have that.
All right.
Okay. My 5 are, this is going to surprise you, John Rillie.
Not really, but yeah.
Not really?
Not really.
You don't want him? Okay. Bryce Cotton, who was just fabulous. Casey Prather, who I think is carrying Brisbane's offense a lot of the time. Jack McVeigh, he goes close to a triple-double, wins 2 big games. He was terrific. And also, in both games, in the dying seconds, he was on the floor and people jumped on him. Matthew Dellavedova jumped on him. Jalen Adams jumped on him and they call, oh, it's jumping. We're going to have a jump ball. It's like, no, that's an unsportsmanlike foul. Put him on the line, 2 shots, side ball, they win the games. But no, it was like...
Jalen Adams one was...
shocking.
Yeah, shocking and
got
almost...
him in the head.
Like, yeah, that one's dangerous.
Yeah, that was...
he didn't have a concussion, but I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't. Yeah, definitely Jack McVeigh.
Yep, and JaVale McGee, because that performance, the way he dominated the middle, I thought I couldn't see a single centre that could do much about it.
You've seen the league from the beginning to now. Have you ever seen an import come in and be more impactful in the first game?
No, and certainly not a centre.
What was the closest to that? What's been the closest?
Probably I'd have to go to either James Crawford, because when he arrived, he's big and he's so athletic, he stunned you. But he was an ex-NBA. Like, this is, in terms of quality...
as far as the quality,
yeah.
I think this has got to be the best, right, that we've ever had.
I agree.
As far as pedigree
yeah.
and all that, I don't think we've had anybody that's been an Olympian, 3-time NBA player.
No, he was...
And he's not necessarily in his prime, but he's prime enough.
If he can do that at 37, he can stick around for a bit. I put John Rillie in there because I know he's copped a bit of unwarranted heat because he's the son of the coach. But I thought in the game against New Zealand, where we had these extraordinary runs, the guards for Perth were really off on the night. Mason Jones, I think, was 0 of 8. Henschel made his first 2 and then was about 2 of 8. Pepper was 1 of 7. So I think John's turned to Jaron and said, look, get us out of this, and he was terrific.
He's terrific, and I've seen him play twice now. Both times have been terrific. John, play your son. Play your son. Forget what everybody say. Let basketball make the decision. And from what I've seen, his passing ability and making things work, ability to knock down an open shot, he's smart and crafty on D. Play your son.
Yeah. Big 3 that broke open the game at the end. Yeah. Great drive and just control. It was good to watch.
All the people that don't know will say something, but all the people that know he should be playing. So play him. Don't listen to these clowns.
Don't listen to any clowns.
No clowns.
We're not going to do the red noise thing today.
Not today.
All right, we got some viewer topics from Tyranibus Maximus. And he's asked a good one. Why do you think David Patrick is not coaching in the NBL? I'd love to see him as the head coach of the Bullets. He's an associate head coach of... Yeah, he's at LSU.
Yeah, you can't pay him enough to be a head coach in NBL. His assistant coaching money is way better than head coaching money here. Nah, it's not even close.
Okay. All right, Wayne Wern Jarvis says, the drama starts early in Adelaide, obviously referring to Montrezl Harrell. Yeah. But does this give them a better chance to assess what they really need? He's suggesting a big defensive player to handle the JLAs, Jesse Edwards and JaVale McGee's. Yeah. Well, that's what they've done, isn't it? They've picked up this.
Yeah.
But I don't think
know if he's a defender
as much as he is. I think he's tall. I'm not sure
he's tall. Yeah,
I'm not sure he's thick.
He looked more agile than he did, and I didn't see a lot of defensive plays just Googling him. But, who knows? Being a Serbian, he's usually going to play hard. Maybe he can pass that thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think you'll go wrong there. Like, I think that's one that they don't have to get exactly right.
Yep.
And then having another one up your sleeve, like I said, I'd go with someone that's going to defend and cause trouble on the perimeter. I think they'll struggle a little bit outside of Flynn Cameron, I think, and defend perimeter. But to have Cotton do what he did offensively and have to do that defensively, and then also have DJ defending some 6'5", 6'7" guys is going to be. Welcome back to the match of the round. Who do we have?
I think we like Perth Illawarra, don't we? Because the potential for that game is
I know
good.
why I like that. Why do you like it?
I like it because of JaVale McGee and Joe Luala-Chul, two very interesting players of a different style. Like one's really athletic and one's super strong and just so experienced. I like that matchup.
JaVale McGee going against probably the two best centers in his first 2 games in our whole league, completely dominating one.
Yep.
It would be interesting to see if he completely dominates this game as well. If he does, then he's the truth for sure.
Who do you think?
I think Perth gets it.
Yeah, I'm inclined to lean that way too.
Yeah,
I'll be a lot happier with the Hawks when Dave O'Hickey's back in, and when they maybe make a decision on Ja'Cory McLaughlin, the American point guard, who I just think is maybe a little bit off the pace. Hopefully he can find it, but
it's hard to tell early on, and obviously they've seen more than what we've seen. But I still think he's probably not what they need. Obviously, Dave Hickey being out of there is huge for them. But they will also bring in probably someone later. We'll see what happens. Thanks, support, press like, and don't forget to thank Build Solutions. If you're doing any building options, Build Solutions are your people. Thank you.